But there he was, my childhood bully, now my doctor, and when I needed him most, he refused to treat me. It was like the past had come crashing back, but this time the stakes were life and death. Growing up, I was the easy target. Skinny, awkward, always the last picked for anything. And then, the moment I dreaded, the doctor who came in to see me was him. The same boy who had made my childhood unbearable. I wanted to scream, to run away, but I was trapped, both by my illness and by the memories flooding back. He looked at me with a strange mixture of recognition and something darker, something I couldn't name. I could see it in the way his jaw tightened, the way his eyes flicked away. He didn't answer. Instead, he walked out, leaving me alone with the fear that maybe, just maybe, I was going to die because of him. The only appreciation we ask of you is that you subscribe, like, and share this video if you are not yet one of our subscribers. That night, lying in that hospital bed, I felt every ounce of my childhood pain come rushing back. The helplessness, the humiliation, the betrayal. I started asking questions, digging into my own medical records, seeking second opinions. Other patients had complained, whispers of negligence and bias, but I was the only one who knew the real reason behind it. Those words hit me like a punch to the gut. But instead of breaking me, they made me stronger. I realized then that my fight wasn't just for my life. It was for my dignity, my voice, my future. The battle was far from over, but I was ready. The days that followed were a whirlwind of tests, treatments, and whispered fears. Without his help, I had to navigate a system that felt cold and indifferent. But I wasn't alone. Friends I'd made along the way, doctors who saw me as a person, not a patient, rallied around me. Their kindness was a balm to the wounds he had reopened. I kept thinking about that moment. His refusal, his words. Why did he hate me so much? Was it jealousy, resentment, or something darker buried deep in his past? I needed answers, not just for closure, but to understand how someone could become so cruel. One evening, I found myself scrolling through old yearbooks and social media, piecing together his story. It wasn't what I expected. Behind the bully was a boy who had suffered his own pain, neglect, loss, a family broken by secrets. It didn't excuse what he did, but it explained it. Sometimes the people who hurt us the most are the ones hurting inside. Before we continue, we would like to thank all of you who support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. The only appreciation we ask of you is that you subscribe, like, and share this video if you are not yet one of our subscribers. Thank you. Armed with this new understanding, I faced him again, not with anger, but with a quiet strength. I told him about my diagnosis, about the pain I was in, and how his refusal had almost cost me everything. I expected denial, excuses, maybe even more cruelty. Instead, I saw something crack in his eyes, a flicker of shame, maybe even remorse. He agreed to help, but the damage was done. Trust, once shattered, is hard to rebuild. The treatments were grueling, the nights long and lonely. But through it all, I learned something vital. Healing isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and sometimes it means forgiving, not for them, but for yourself. In the end, I survived. Not because of him, but because of the strength I found inside myself. The boy who bullied me didn't get to define my story. I reclaimed my power, my voice, and my life. Sometimes the hardest battles are the ones we fight within. And sometimes the people we least expect become the catalysts for our greatest growth. My story isn't just about pain or betrayal. It's about resilience, forgiveness, and the quiet courage it takes to face your past and still choose to move forward. Because in the end, survival isn't just about living. It's about thriving, despite everything.